So this is my ST1300 without fairings, and I've been meaning to take these fairings off and deal with a lot of the dirt and grime that's gotten into this bike over the years. And you can see, look at this. I bought this bike new in 2012. So yeah, there's a lot of dirt and grime in here over the years, and always put off taking the fairings off because it's a bit of a hassle. The thing is, I haven't cleaned or changed the coolant in this bike since I got it, so that's coolant that's about 8 to 10 years old, and I want to flush the system and put new coolant in there, probably change the plugs too. I want to clean up anything that's grimy and dirty and gritty, which is a lot. I mean, look at that. I'm going to clean all that up, hopefully, and having hopefully this looking like new again. And yeah, so it wasn't much of a hassle to take the fairings off as much as it's going to be to put them back on. I think that's the fear. Nothing goes on the same way as you take it off, but we'll give it a shot. So I think I cleaned things up pretty good, especially this front end. That was full of bugs and horrible stuff. This guard goes over too bad. It kind of spoils the look of it, but I think it's for, I don't know, aerodynamics and to brace the fairings more than anything else. In front of that, I kind of like to leave that open like that, but yeah, I think the fairings need braces on either side, and that's basically what this is going to do. But it tends to cover up that area. I don't know which way it goes. This way? Maybe it goes that. Oh, fuck, who knows? Anyway, yeah, cleaned it up what I could here. Obviously, it's not going to look new or anything like that, but it was a hell of a lot better than what it was when I took the fairings off for the first time since I bought it. Differential all cleaned up really nice. It's a nice piece of metal right there. Anything about welding, but I do know that that's a nice hell of a job right down here. That is a sweet bead. But yeah, the nice swing arm here that's again covered up by the exhaust. That's a nice piece of metal here too. Once it's cleaned, it looks really nice. I changed the coolant for the first time again since I got the bike. I washed and oiled the K&N filter that I have underneath the tank here. Cleaned up around the cylinder head here. I got plugs coming that I'll replace when they get here. I can put the fairings on though, you don't need them off for that. And cleaned up around this area here. I mean, yeah, it's never going to look brand new, but maybe clean it up. It's got 61,000 kilometers on it, and it's the first time I've ever had the fairings off, like I say, to clean it up. So it's a sweet looking engine. There's a little bit of grime here I left, but whatever. I don't do wheels, so the wheels are going to stay dirty. I don't give a shit about the wheels. And I cleaned up the rad area, brushed out the bugs, that kind of thing. And it's just a matter of, and those wires that were all grimy here, they're still a little grimy, but a lot less grimy than they were. So there you go. Good for another 60,000 kilometers, I would think. About this bike that is, I think, critical, and people are always impressed by this tank. This is a 29-liter tank, and I don't know of another motorcycle around that has a tank that big. This bike's good for 450 kilometers. Unfortunately, when you fill this tank to the brim, this bike handles like a pig. The thing to do, I just ride what I need. I just fill what I need to ride for the day. If I need 200 kilometers of gas, that's what I put in. There's another auxiliary tank, or this is the main feed in here below the seat. I'm not sure how much this holds. Shit, man. I should have looked it up. Anyway, this is kind of like a reserve tank, and if you just fill this tank up, or maybe the minimum here, this bike turns in from a pig handler to a really sharp handling sport bike. So the key to this is don't fill this tank up unless you're planning on just going in a straight line for 400 kilometers, that's great. But for if you want to do any kind of enthusiastic riding, the best thing to do is ignore the size of this tank. Just put the amount of gas you need for your ride. If it's 120 kilometers, put 150 kilometers of gas in, and you're going to have a lot, for a little reserve, you're going to have a lot more fun ride than when this tank is full, because it makes a huge difference.